Hello, and welcome to episode 13 of A Guardian Talks. I apologise for the quality of the camera. The lighting here at the moment it's not the best. I'm currently on the top floor roof balcony of an establishment here in Siem Reap, and that hammock over there is where I'm staying at the moment. Um, But yeah, you might be able to. I apologise if you hear noise in the background. It's the open road on the street in front, and various revelers and mostly food stalls on the opposite sides of the road. So hustle and bustle of life in Siem Reap. And I also apologise for the amount of time in between episodes. I've been in motion and been required divinely to, make arrangements to move to different places and move stuff around, and that really hasn't finished. But there's time now for me to do this. So, what did I want to talk about today? Really, well. Over the past week, there's been several things that have popped into my mind, and as it often does, that I should talk about this. But really, I should just, I suppose, talk about what's going on right now with me, and in relation to what is also going on in the rest of the world, and of course, how that relates to GPMS. So on the 22nd of this month, I had to move out of the place where I was. It came. It wasn't it wasn't unanticipated, shall we say. I anticipated it was on the horizon. Although I was doing everything I could to postpone or stop that from happening. Alas. One reason or another, I wasn't able to, and I was given about 4 days notice, really. So I had to move around doing things, and that sort of put me in the position where I suppose many people right now, especially certain guardians of GPMS and just generally people in the world, are being continually faced with challenges and situations which tempt one to fall in vibration, to lower in vibration beyond that which is sort of required for October, Red October. Remember, we're still in Red October, so there is a requirement for light workers and guardians to drop down a little so that the light that they bring down can be seen and reached by those who are really low down. But very quickly, within knowing that this was going to happen, it just so happened that a couple of days before, I had met up with a chap I'd met a year ago. His name's Kurt Tao. I just call him Tao. An excellent guy. He's kin. I would call wolfkin. Peas in a pod. He started a business here in Cambodia. Came to Cambodia and with very much the same intention as I did, to bring value. Obviously, the ultimate value we can bring is GPMS. But in the meantime, or in the nice time, as some like to say, I wanted to do whatever I could, not just to sustain myself, but to actually bring value to the country, to the people, to help raise their situation, raise their consciousness, and thereby bring them closer to the frequency that will bring the new world, create a cascade of positive consequences, so to speak. But through one thing or another, one erroneous choice and another, I found myself in positions of having to work doing things that were low vibration, out of alignment, just to make my way. And all I was really doing was, in the end, serving tourists and night revelers, which might bring money to scenery, but it doesn't bring value. Bringing money is not the same as bringing value. And yet again, I found myself faced with the situation of being measured by my worth in monetary value, by pieces of paper and digits on a screen, and the lack thereof that I was able to produce created pressure in others. So, but I met Tao, re-met him again a couple of weeks ago, and maybe even only a week and a half ago, and he invented these cool asses, they're called. I'll just give you a quick show. So these are in essence cooling scarves, and they have a special hydrogel in the middle. It's non-toxic, very absorbent to water. It's handcrafted by local Khmer women. The material's upcycled from a nearby clothes manufactory. The boxes that they are packaged in are recycled paper. It's biodegradable, non-toxic, eco-friendly. It's the Khmer women who take part in the creation of it are paid, way more than a very good wage from it, and way better than average. He told me he wanted to create a company that benefited everybody down the line, where everybody could be happy at every single stage, from manufacturing to point of sale. And he believes if anybody is unhappy at any point, they should just go straight to him and talk to him, and he will do everything he can to help out. And he certainly helped me out a lot. He's allowed me to, and I work here, so on this balcony, so I do the work here. I kip in there kind of semi-secretly, and whilst getting the ball rolling with this. And I'm not a salesman, sales isn't really my thing, especially being a guardian of GPMS. It's like, seems counter, but the ethos and the way in which Tao has approached this, and his desire to just simply have enough to be able to be comfortable, and then all the rest goes to anything that requires it. 25% of the profits automatically goes to clean water projects and schools. So, and that's on top of all of the other qualities and attributes it had. So I found myself in a position to be able to assist him in production, marketing, sales, and so in essence it was a lifeline, a materialistic lifeline, in this metaphysical soup we are swimming in, doing our best to break the surface of into that new world, and kicking our legs and swimming until that moment happens, as best we can in this density of world, 1 foot in and 1 foot out, so to speak. But the thing was, the moment, the opportunity, the day I had to leave the other house, I had no resentment. I had no feelings of anything negative. It was just, okay, and in fact it was the opposite. I packed my bag and stored it at my friend's bar, who I do a little bit of side work with now. I just came here and cracked on with the work we're doing at Coolaz, it's called, coolaz.com. And in fact, I'll put a link down in so you can go and have a look at the website, check out what it is. And the moment I came on board with it, and I just came in, cracked on doing it, and I've actually been very content, very happy, plodding along, keeping myself busy. It's time filler, and it's something for my hands to do, my mind to do, in and around spreading the word of GPMS. And actually, because I've been able to meet the quality of people that Tao associates with and meets with, other people who are doing other projects here, you know, it's actually increased the amount of like frequency beings I've been able to connect with just through doing this, and I've been able to give GPMS to, and you know, almost universally, they, even if they don't immediately jump on to sign on, they recognize the truth of it, and they don't really resist it, and they certainly don't fight back against it. So at the moment, I don't know what the future's going to hold. I still don't know what the future's going to bring outside of the inevitable inception of GPMS, of course, but the in-between time between now and then, you know, however long that may be, no man may knoweth the hour or the day. Could we at least have the week? But joking aside, yeah, we don't know that, and so whilst that is continuing, then of course we must do what we feel we require ourselves to do in order to get from that one day to the next, without expectation, without egoic or sacral survival desire, to avoid the pressure and allowing pressure to build up on ourselves, to simply anticipate. Anticipation is okay. Anticipate the new world coming, you know, to maintain those high vibrations. And we really don't need much right now. I realize there may be certain people in certain positions with families and properties and assets and all these things, and careers and things that have the perception of needing to be maintained. But if you're on your own, single, if you're, you know, you literally really at this stage just need the clothes on your back, a roof to sleep under, and some food, one meal a day. I mean, let's face it, as beings of the level which I would presume and assume are watching this right now, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this, full stop. You know, you could stretch that to 2 or 3 days. I mean, I don't even really suffer. I don't suffer from hunger anymore. Doesn't matter if I go 2 or 3 days without it. The thing I used to know as hunger pangs and the sensation of hunger is gone, because that was always associated with a form of suffering, because it's something you don't have inside you now, it's something you want or you feel like you need. So, I'm starving, or I could kill for a burger now, or etc, etc. That's gone. So when food comes, I'm grateful. When anything comes now, I'm grateful. That's one of the beautiful things about being reduced to you know, such a level of material minimism, I suppose we could call it. Then it's so much more easy to be grateful for those small things which we have, which we should be grateful for anyway, but the gratitude for it and of it is so much more amplified from being in this position. That in and of itself is a thing to be grateful for. So, you know, it compounds and it piles. It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing. There is, he's no longer in Siem Reap, a more elderly chap, a friend of mine called, I don't know if you want me to say his name. Well, why not? Rene, his name was. And he's back in America now. He took ill and looked like he could be preparing to transition. But he would say that one of the biggest problems here in Cambodia and here in Siem Reap is with the population, the native population, is that they have a severe case of Utmianitis. Utmianitis. Utmien here means I don't have. Don't have. So if you want to ask somebody if they have something, you say mien. If somebody asks you if you have something, you say mien if you have it, and Utmien if you don't. but he would say that they have Atmianitis. Atmianitis. I don't have anything itis, and that they are deeply locked into the scarcity mindset, because they, well, as I'm sure my brother would say, because they have no sense of self-worth and self-value, and so they only perceive value in the external material things. And so when they don't have things of the exterior material things, they maintain a frequency of lack, of not having, and so that frequency just brings more of not having. When you perceive your own value and you stand in your own value, and the spillover value that can potentially give to others, as long as you maintain it and allow it to be and sit in it, that is the ultimate cure to Atmianitis. And I've been doing my utmost to not succumb to Atmianitis. And, I have a roof. I have a meal at least once in every 2 to 3 days. But recently, fortunately, once a day. I have clothes on my back, although I don't really need them. It's warm enough here. I don't have my t-shirt on. I have a pair of trainers and some flip-flops, so I don't have to go barefoot. I have access to water and now sachet coffee. I could sit here and list all the things I don't have, but it makes me feel good and happy and content to demonstrate these things that I do have, which are simple and yet profound, and allow me to be me, allow I to be I, and be in a state of trust that this is going to manifest more and greater levels of frequency, which would and should in potential manifest as abundance around me in all forms and all ways. We shall see. But for now, I will round it up by saying I am well, I am healthy, I am happy, I am certainly content. There is a bit of tedium in regards to, patiently waiting for humanity to do the divine and correct thing for itself, which is to step into its sovereignty and step into the new world. But while that is going on, I'm okay. So thank you for watching up to now, if you have watched up to now. I hope you enjoyed my monologue and got something from it. Watch this space. I keep saying I'm going to try and reduce the amount of time in between Guardian Talks, but we shall see. There will definitely be another one. So as ever, love, light and gratitude, and of course, watch this space.